it's actually at the stage where it is problematic if you are involved anything in the WNBA to not hate Caitlin Clark. They were like, in the NBA, if you were...
They had been laughing, practicing, and bonding like sisters, and then, in an instant, everything blew up. Caitlin Clark was suddenly suspended, and before anyone in the WNBA could even process what was happening, 2 more names dropped like a shockwave. Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull were done. They were leaving the Fever and the league together. No one saw it coming. Before we dive into this wild storyline, make sure to like, subscribe, and get ready, because this might be the most emotional Fever moment it all started on a quiet morning in Indianapolis. Just one email. Caitlin Clark suspended for 1 game. No context, no explanation, no heads up. Coaches were blindsided. Players froze. Fans had no idea what to think, but Sophie Cunningham didn't hesitate. She shut her locker, looked straight ahead, and said quietly, "If she's out, I'm out." Lexi heard her, and without even thinking, she agreed. And just like that, the trio was done.
This is what happens when you're next to Caitlin Clark. You get access to things that you normally wouldn't get access to. And I think that's obvious for everybody to see. When you're next to Caitlin Clark, it's gonna, instead of people looking at it like she's dimming everybody else, like she's turning up the lights on everybody else and making everybody else shine brighter. Sophie Cunningham is a prime example. What nobody really, like, people say, oh, she's a beautiful blonde, blah, blah, blah. She looked the same way last year. What nobody really checking for? You get her next to Caitlin Clark. Now she's on Good Morning America. Now she got Arby's deals. Now she's everywhere.
Then I'm not staying either. No one realized just how close the 3 of them had become, not until that moment. Their bond had been building quietly since training camp, but today, everyone finally understood it. It started with the little things. Caitlin cracking jokes during warm-ups, Lexi bringing snacks for the team flights, Sophie stepping in to defend Caitlin during a rough practice. Then came the golf outings, the viral photos, and the late-night talks about pressure, fame, and everything happening around them. They became an unlikely trio, but once they clicked, they were inseparable. They weren't just teammates. They weren't just co-workers. They were family. So when Caitlin got suspended, it didn't feel like discipline. To them, it felt personal. And in their minds, you don't leave family standing alone. Inside the Fever front office, panic hit instantly. If Caitlin walked away, the franchise would take a massive financial hit. If Sophie left, they'd lose a leader and a key shooter. If Lexi bailed, the team's chemistry would collapse overnight. This trio wasn't just popular, they were the heartbeat of the team. Losing them wasn't an issue. It was a full-blown crisis. Phones blew up. Emergency meetings kicked off. Coaches demanded answers. No one could afford to let this trio fall apart.
Side of your game and come into this game, and for her to do the same on your side.
Yeah, well, I remember last year when we were here, I was talking to Nelly about her shoes, because obviously, like, in the basketball world, like, you don't, like, you wear the team uniform, like, it's your shoes that are the cool thing. So I was, like, asking her about her shoes, and she was like, oh yeah, like these are kind of basic. And then it's been cool to kind of watch over the course of the last year. She got to put in a lot of time to create her own PE, and very unique to her and what she's passionate about in herself. And obviously somebody that's very, very deserving, and it's been at the top of the sport for a long time now. So I've played a few rounds with her even outside of here for some other stuff, and it's really fun to get to watch her do her thing up close. Like, talk about making it look easy. Like, it just is so easy for her, but at the same time, like, she's just a good person. Like, she's chill, she has fun with you out on the course. But yeah, her shoes are pretty cool. I'll make sure they get home safely, and I'm gonna be rocking them.
The 3 stars had already made their choice, creating a moment fans would remember forever. As Sophie quietly packed her bag, Lexi folded one of Caitlin's hoodies, and Caitlin stared at the floor, fighting back tears. There was no yelling, only heartbreak. Sophie broke the silence. If they suspend you, they suspend all of us, with Lexi adding, we're not letting you walk out alone, while Caitlin whispered that they didn't have to do this. But Sophie simply shook her head, and Lexi said, we leave together. Within minutes, the news exploded, 3 stars walking out at once, sending commentators into a frenzy and fans demanding answers as social media erupted with fear that the league was falling apart. The WNBA scrambled to respond, but the shockwave was too big. This wasn't a scandal, it was a quiet rebellion, and in the middle of the chaos emerged Project B, a mysterious, well-funded league offering multi-million-dollar deals with no salary caps, no politics, no suspensions, and an offer to sign all 3 players together. The trio, bound tightly since training camp, found the idea almost impossible to ignore, especially as furious fans gathered outside Gainbridge Fieldhouse chanting "Bring them back," and "Fix this now," while the Fever's front office realized this wasn't just a team problem but the emotional collapse of their entire franchise.
Remember, you just lose these players straight up. You don't get anything back for the players. They're gone. We didn't get anything for Temi, did we? No, exactly. Let's take a look at the list that I've concocted. Number 1, you gotta court Caitlin Clark. The General. Last year, she averaged 16.5 points per game over a 13-game period, 8.8 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game, 1.6 steals per game. She is the franchise. She is the captain. She is the leader. She is the soul. She is the sun of this solar system. And everything needs to be built around her, predicated around her. The pieces need to be put in place this year, unlike last year, to get the most out of Caitlin Clark's abilities. That means when free agency hits, you don't sign 36, 37, 35, 34. You don't sign.
In a quiet room, the 3 of them sat with their hands intertwined, eyes red and hearts heavy, as Caitlin whispered, "I don't want to leave, Lexi," and Lexi replied softly, "But we can't stay if they treat us like this," prompting Sophie to take a steady breath and say, "Then we stand together, one decision, one voice." After a long pause, they all nodded, and the trio walked down the tunnel side by side, Sophie on the left, Lexi on the right, Caitlin in the middle. As fans screamed, reporters surged forward, and cameras flashed, yet none of them slowed or looked back. They stepped into an uncertain future, but they did it together, 3 stars bound by loyalty, leaving the WNBA in complete chaos. This entire storyline is fictional, a dramatic what-if meant to highlight how deep team chemistry can run and how powerful real loyalty can be. And if you want a part 2, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and comment. The Fever Trio returns.